about the channel. Dogs that are coming here. There's 2 dogs coming from Indonesia. That would be like an indication that, most of my clientele, all of my clientele is not from around this area. Some of it comes from New York City. That's flat out. But I mean, like this general area, no. I mean, I was contacted yesterday by somebody that's in Brooklyn or New York City. So I do get business out of there, but this area, man, it's, people put their dogs in their backyard and don't really train them. Maybe they sort of manage them. So all my clientele is from other states or New York City. I get a lot of clients out of New York City. It's a couple hundred miles that way, though. So that's a fact. Much of my clientele comes from other countries too. So I have a client here right now from Canada. Marty was from Canada. He got stuck because of the pandemic, and they had like these weird fucking. I understand, it's time. It doesn't matter about the Omicron. Everybody needs to be vaccinated so that we can move on with business. So, I don't know what you're saying, nonsense, probably. And, because my business, clearly, if you can't get a dog from Europe or even Canada, it's gonna impact, like, my business for sure. So, man, I wish I had I got a pair of glasses. So there's a client that has, well, he's not a client yet, but he's going to be a client. I was talking to a while ago, and I really did want to work with the dogs, and that's a Shiba that was trained to, well, it's from hunting stock, from boar hunting stock. So it's high drive for sure, and it's been fighting with. I don't want to say what dog it is. It's a dog. It's a dog from Indonesia that is very sort of famous, right? This guy is got dogs, and I don't want to say what he does, but he's got dogs, and one of the dogs is very well known. So I wanted to work with the one dog because the dog has issues with other dogs, particularly this dog, and small animals. So it'll go after a chicken or something, I work with cat killers. This is right up my alley. It's all about compliancy and obediency. This dog's gonna have to do everything that every dog does here. I got a fuzzy head with me, meaning I have Merlin the poodle. But so the dogs that are coming from Indonesia, they're coming, and the one is a badass Shiba. That's news right there. So we have those dogs coming early January. Also, maybe you remember on the channel we had talked about, like, a pilot was going to be shot here. Well, the pilot got pushed, and once again, the pilot is going to be done. And what we were looking for, it's going to be a pilot, and it's going to be a show that is going to be about dog training, because that's what I do for a living. But it's also going to have like stuff in it, maybe about me making art, me and Destiny. Destiny's going to be in it. So it's going to be sort of reality. It's a reality-based show, but the dog training is going to be like real dog training, where it's not going to be. I'm going to be saying stuff that's factual, not a bullshit show like Victoria Stilwell or Caesar's show. You know, it's going to be about dog training and dogs with issues. So that dog that's coming from Indonesia and the famous dog from Indonesia, I asked the owner if he would be. And we need dogs. We need some dogs. I have dogs that we could use for a pilot, but if we use my dogs or something, sort of phony, right? And then you use like a somebody as like the owner, that's phony. So, you know, we were talking, you know, the guy shooting the thing, and goes, well, maybe we can find somebody to do it, like somebody that wants to be in front of the camera. And I'm like, well, yeah, that's great, but I don't want to do a board and train and not get paid, you know, because it's work. It's work. So it is. It's a lot of work, man. It's a lot of work. So I don't want to be like, okay, I'll train your dog, and then you can be in the pilot. Because one, if you don't pay for it, people don't take it seriously. They don't. They don't take it seriously. So you have to like pay for it. You don't, you know, fuck that. So the guy from Indonesia with the dog that's the badass that wants to fight and, you know, go after small animals, I asked him if he wants to be in it. That dude's like a known. He was gonna be in the pilot. You'll find out who it is. Okay, so let's just leave it at that. But he said, yeah, absolutely, I'll be in it. And, you know, I'm not going to talk about it any more than that. So that's good. So the pilot is going to happen. We found somebody with dogs who's going to do a board and train, and then we'll be in the pilot. And it's a dude that can, you know, he's this business guy that can, like, sort of set his own hours, if you know what I mean. He's shipping his fucking dogs from Indonesia. Okay? So he could be here. We could shoot the pilot, say it's going to take this amount of time. Please stay in town. He was already saying he could be here for like the last month. But the deal is, so I'll have the dogs that, you know, the highly trained dog that's really good at this one thing. I'm not going to say what it is. Because there's trolls out there. I don't even know if you could find this guy, to tell you the truth. So I could probably say what the dog is highly trained at doing. Yeah, I eat cheese. Well, who doesn't eat cheese, man? What kind of fucking question is that? But so he can be in the pilot. It's a lot. This is the truth. If you want to work with somebody doing film or video, and it's sort of on like deferment, payments on deferment, that's how the whole business is. You need somebody that can take off the work and work with you. This guy can do it. It solves a huge problem. And I get to train his dogs. You know, I gave regular price for something like that. And he gets to be in the pilot. He's got a good appearance, younger dude, smart business guy. It's fucking great. It's great. It solves a lot of problems. But the big thing is Mango's walking around. Merlin's looking at Mango. The big thing that I did want to talk about is Mango. Please, it's for a school project. I'm not dealing with high school kids, dude. What is your favorite cheese? I don't have a favorite cheese. That's like saying, what is your favorite dog? I like all dogs. I don't care. It's the dog I'm working with. When I'm working with the Sheba that's coming, that's nasty to his roommate, his brother, that'll be my favorite dog. When I'm working with the one that's famous for doing shit, right? Most famous in his country for doing that, that'll be my favorite dog. What's my favorite dog right now? This dog, which is Merlin. I don't have a favorite dog. I don't have a favorite cheese. What's my favorite TikToker? Listen, let me tell you something about TikTok, Dick. What are you asking is my favorite TikToker? I was on TikTok and I was doing great. Right? I got banned from TikTok for just talking. And they didn't give me my money that I made. I got a bad taste in my mouth about TikTok. Why do you think I would have a favorite TikToker? I don't. My girlfriend Destiny, she's still got TikTok. Destiny the Vampire Slayer. Okay? That's my favorite TikToker. What do you want me to say? I mean, uh, anyway. That's my favorite TikToker. I don't know any other TikToker. How's that? B Davis, maybe that's a friend of mine. She's got a TikTok. She's got about 80,000 people, 90, whatever. She posts like retro stuff. I don't even know if Destiny's been posting anything lately, but I don't have a favorite TikTok. I haven't been on TikTok since they kicked me off and took my money. That platform stinks. It does. It stinks. I was talking about that last night with Destiny. What's my favorite milk? What are you talking about? What's my favorite milk? What are my choices? Cow milk? Soy milk? Almond milk? It would be the milk I'm drinking, dummy. You didn't hear me? You just keep asking what's my favorite stuff, and I don't have favorite things. Deep fried milk? Do they make that, dude? Yeah, well, Toxic did it for me, because that's what Toxic's good at. She's a troll hunter. So, everything's great. I'm really excited about working with the dog with issues and the brother because they don't get along. And like I was talking on this dog guy, he gets it. It's like, they don't have to be best friends. They just need to coexist. That's it. So it's about obedience and compliancy. And not training with food, man. I've said this so many times. No dog should be trained with food. And conditions that excited mind of the dog. That's the last thing we need with the Shiba. So it's just a fact. I wouldn't, if the dog's coming back, it's going to be the Border Collie. It's going to be compliant for me without food training. So I am going to recommend when we do lessons and everything. I'm going to tell him, you don't need to use food with this dog anymore. Like, you want him to do the weave pulse? Cast him to the weave pulse. Sit in one spot. It makes him a more compliant dog. That's how I they got to learn everything. Weave pulse, dummy launcher. I guess the Shiba can pick some stuff up. I don't know if it's doing hold and drop like I want it to do, but it's great. So, and the pilot, we figured a lot out recently, and we got somebody to be in as the client, and we can talk about dog training. So the show will be dog training, but it'll be different than other shows because I'm not like other dog trainers. I'm not. I do other things than dog training. I'm a comedian and an artist as well, so, and I do all three of them. Yeah, I know, you could say, well, you might spread yourself too thin. It's not itchy. This is really expensive wool. I paid for somebody to make this. This is super soft. This one's not itchy at all. So, I'm not telling you a joke. Do you think that that's what a comic does? They get up and say knock knock? Is that what you think, kid? That's not a funny person that does knock knock. Yeah. Your name's stupid, dude. Hey, leave Mango alone. Let him hey! What I want to do is talk about dogs. And I want to talk about this dog. Man, if you knock over my crap, get the fuck over here at heel, dude. God damn it. Sit. No, sit. Leave Mango alone, man. No. Sit. Mango, you're really screwing up my session. He's blind and he's fucking walking the wrong direction. I'll turn this camera around and I'll continue talking about this. So this is something that I noticed right away with this dog. See how he lunges on the leash? That's terrible. Like, I was picking him up and he'd just lunge out. If you don't, no. Get a heel. Sit. No, sit. If you don't have your, this is for your thumb, by the way. This locks the leash so the dog can't get away. If you're holding it like this dog, it'll slip out of your hands. This dog would be running around, which might have happened with this dog. You know, there's a reason why the dog is so bad on a leash. Either, no, sit. Either the leash wasn't used enough, or this is a reason why a lot of dogs do this. So you train in a potty command, okay? So say you're walking, here, come over here. Say you're walking with the dog, and then you want it to go to the bathroom. Don't let the dog sniff. It stays at heel, and then you release it. And then when you release it, you go, hurry, hurry, and you stand here like this, and you don't let the dog drag you, right? So he has to learn to do this, that there's like an invisible fence, and he doesn't get to fucking drag me. So a lot of people, what they do is that I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna let him do it, but what they do is, so they release the dog with the hurry, hurry command. The dog is at heel, and then they go, hurry, hurry, right? And then that happens. And then they're being drugged down the street like this with tension on the leash. Now, tension on the leash, you know what that does? It drives the dog forward. You get a dog that does this. So this has to be rectified. He's going to fuck up my knee and my hip. If this, there's no way I'm putting up with this. This poodle is going to learn not to do that. One way that I do that is by, one, he's going to be bonded to me. He's bonding to me right now. But like a lot of times what I'll do is like I'll have, he's got an e-collar on. And if the dog starts getting too far away, I'll use the e-collar. If there's tension on this, I'm going to be hitting the e-collar. He's got to learn not to do this. I got him on 8 right now. Let's make sure that hey, come here, that the e-collar, see, because of his hair, got to make sure that the e-collar's making contact. But, so if there's tension on the leash, I go like, okay, hurry, hurry, right? And start doing that, and it gets too far, I'll be like, I'll hit the e-collar and call him to heel. But my goal is, for now on, there's no more of that dragging Peter. Hey, heel. Get over here, heel. That's got to stop, man. That is terrible. So it could be that somebody was walking him, and they even used the hurry, hurry command, but then like let the dog drag them. So when you give the hurry, hurry command, you stay right here, right? The dog can go right there, and that's it. And you sort of direct the dog back and forth. And if the dog's putting pressure on the leash, no, I'm gonna give him a correction. This is unacceptable. No way a dog's dragging my ass around. Here, get over here, heel. So I will say this about this dog. It's a very quick study. So I didn't hear any whining until about, we slept in because I was up at like 8, and I'm like, I'm not hearing any whining. This is awesome. I stayed in bed until about 8:15. About 8:15, I heard one little whine. Not it's whine, it's like, he does like a little howl. So the separation anxiety, he's getting it that he needs to be in a crate. And that's how a dog gets better with separation anxiety, is you put him in, you use a crate. All dogs, when they should be in a crate, or they're gonna get fucked up. They're gonna get separation anxiety, they're gonna chew drywall, whatever. So it's nonsense if you think, here, come here. That the, here, come here. You wanna get up there? No, that's mine, I'm gonna sit on that. Here, no, Good. Sit. Let me sit on that. I don't want to get my butt wet again because it was freezing all yesterday. So you use a crate so your dog doesn't get separation anxiety, and if the dog has separation anxiety, it's not going to get better by not using a crate. But all this stuff, like, I'll say something. The owner, obviously, I can tell what this dog was trying. But, somebody that's like, I don't know what he does. He works in the steel industry doing something. But that's what he does. He doesn't know you know, did the best by watching videos, but videos aren't gonna fucking cut it. You get a dog, it's a lot more complicated than it looks, man. There's little nuances, and you got to finesse the dog. So, um, you know, stuff just starts happening. Like the dog was howling or whatever, doing his shit. You know, you leave, and the dog was howling. They would let the dog out of the crate because they had to sleep. So it just causes problems, and then the problems need to be evicted. That's where I come in. Hey, come here, dickweed. Sit. No, sit. You better sit your ass down, brother. So, so it went pretty good last night. We noticed a change yesterday. We can leave the house, and he's not flipping out. And a lot of that was done with some negativity. If you think that you're not going to be negative and you're going to just be positive to the dog, that's just going to cause problems. They have to learn no. A food trainer isn't going to help you teach the dog no. No is what we tell the dog. It's in in improper position, or it's doing something wrong. No. And it's tied in with leash corrections. This is a little bit too big, by the way. Right? I wish it was a little bit smaller, but I can get some action here, so I can sort of annoy the dog with it. And that's what's about, creating an annoyance. That's what you use the e-collar for. It's not about pain and punishment. It's like, I'm gonna annoy the crap out of you if you don't quit. That's it. So, you know, people talk about e-collars that really don't know anything about them, and there's people that are working with dogs that don't really know anything about them. Some dogs, like this Shiba, there's been an e-collar on it. I'm just gonna work with it and figure out what we can do. But he was already saying, yeah, you gotta sort of use it high up. So it'd be indicative of a lot of high drive dogs. You might have to move it up. But we'll definitely be able to bring it down from whatever its working level has been. That's it. So, know that, like, your dog must know a potty command. If it's on a leash, don't let it sniff the ground and start pulling you. Once you say hurry, hurry, you stay in one position and just keep the dog going back and forth till it goes to the bathroom. If it doesn't go in 40 seconds or it doesn't start going, move on. The dog goes back into heel. No sniffing is allowed. You don't need the dog tracking. If it's sniffing, it's looking for a place to pee. You tell it where it's supposed to go to the bathroom. Another problem could be that maybe they have a yard, and maybe so the dog, you know, there wasn't enough leash work done with the dog. But he can't drag me anymore. That's out of the question. Now, when a dog first comes here, they're on a leash. Respect is, you know, it's earned. I don't trust them. I'm not going to be working with that Shiba until off leash, until I trust it. Same thing with the Border Collie. Same thing with him. I didn't have Baby the Pit Bull off leash. But, you know, it was a series of things transpired before I would do that. I would trust the dog. I might use a long line in conjunction with the e-collar, but I start, you know, right when the dog gets here. The dog's on a leash all the time. If the dog's out of the crate, I got a leash on the dog. That's the way it has to be. If you're having problems with your dog and it's inside, well, do you have a leash on the dog? You should. Here, let me see what Wolfpack is saying. Wolfpack, you had said so. I keep hearing wolf dogs can only be trained positive training. That's fucking ridiculous, man. Where do you guys pick this shit up? Seriously, where do you pick this up, Wolfpack? Oh, hey, Akari, what's going on? I cut out with Baby's videos. I ordered a chuck it frisbee already. Can't wait to train her. Yeah, she's awesome. Watch out, you might get trolled, Akari. You know, well, you know what you're getting into. But I don't know where you learn that BS. I mean, where do you hear that? I know you're working with a dog trainer that said that because your dog isn't really into humans, that it can't do scent work. like animal lunch. Yeah, but don't you work with a dog trainer that told you that? That's BS, man. You want to work with a dog that has issues. That's a dog trainer you should have, is a dog trainer that's like, oh, it doesn't like people. You got rid of that trainer. That's probably good because that's nonsense. Like your dog doesn't have to be friendly to anyone. That's the dog that got shot. It just needs to coexist around other humans. So training it to do scent work and find human scent, it doesn't have to be excited. It just has to be proficient at scent work. That's it. It's not a big deal. She's fearful of people. She doesn't have to be. I've said this before. Saying that a dog is fearful of anything is a huge mistake, and having that idea in your head is a huge mistake. It is. There's an excitement in the mind of the dog. Your dog might not trust people, right? But your dog doesn't really have to trust anybody. It doesn't. It just has to be functioning around people. The dogs that are coming from Indonesia. Like the one loves to fight and beat up, small animals and it'll kill chickens and shit. I work with cat killers. It's the same thing. It doesn't matter. Small animal, he'll kill it. It doesn't need to be best friends with the chickens. It needs to just not go after them. Okay? And the dog that it lives with, it doesn't need to be, and the owner got this. It just needs to coexist with the other dog. That's it. No fighting, none of this BS. No. Do you understand what I'm saying? He loves them both, obviously. He loves the dog that was bred from boar hunting dogs. He loves that dog, or else he wouldn't be sending it here. And he loves the dog that's famous for, you know, what it's famous in that country. So, I haven't seen him. He said he'd send some videos. Well, wait a minute. I did do a Zoom with him once. Maybe I saw one in the background. I think so. I think I've seen them. Maybe not. But anyway, to make a long story short, if your dog is bad at something, it's your goal, your ultimate goal is to make the dog better at it. And there shouldn't be this excitement in the mind with anything, another dog or another human. And the only way you can get the dog to do that is by compliancy, training and compliancy. Don't ever console a dog that you deem frightened. Don't ever use a consoling tone. If the dog is so excited and so frightened, say you have your frightened dog, right? And you're walking it and you come across a human being. And the dog was at heel, but because its mind got so excited when you're walking up to the human being, it's getting out of heel, you correct it. You correct the dog because it's popping out of heel. So you train the dog to be real good at heel, and then it's busy doing something, healing. It's not obsessed with, oh, there's a human. Am I making any headway here with you? Hey, I'm Mango, man. Mango's 23 years old. He was afraid of everything and bit everybody, and people would try to pet him, and he was afraid of buses, trains. It was some broad I was dating that was just ridiculous. You couldn't tell this woman anything. Me. She wouldn't listen to anything I said. She had to pay for Shell in Brooklyn, like $1,000 to come over and talk about his view of dogs with her. Nothing changed. Nothing changed. You know what changed? Mango bit the last person, right? Real good. She walked at me going, here, you take him. Then he was goose hunting the next year. He was going, I could shoot a shotgun around the guy. He was going out of my house, and when buses passed, he wasn't flipping out. I lived right next door, my studio, right next door to the subway. Right fucking next door. he got better because I had that attitude of, you better knock it off, man. Better get it healed. It's about training the dog. You train the dog that has problems, right? Think about the dogs that bite someone had just put down. It's very, yeah. Well, it's true. And a lot of times people get bit by their own dog and then it breaks the bond. They're like, I gave that dog everything and it bit me. Yeah, it's a fucking dog, dummy. You know? Two dogs are in a dog fight and you get bit by your dog. It's not thinking about you. It's thinking it needs to kick this dog's ass. That's it. That's why you strive not to get your dogs fighting, and you strive not to get bit if something like that happens, right? But the ultimate goal is don't let the dogs into a fight. Watch them. You got to watch them. I'll tell you what, the nonsense of like mock fighting and that's socializing the dog, that's training your dogs to fight. That's the same body language as a motherfucking fight. That should never be happening with your adult dog. Take it to the dog run and you see dogs jumping on each other, you are an idiot. You know? Who's saying this? I've never heard. I'm going to have to pay you, Peter, to help me, my other dogs. Well, you know, I only do board and train, so I'm not saying I won't work with your dog, but I don't know where you are, Wolfpack. You'd have to bring your dog. Get your dog to me some way. That's it. I understand the dog was shot, but I'll tell you something. Listen, Alabama, tell you something. This is a huge mistake. Is thinking about the dog. It got shot. It's a bummer. Okay. Oh, this is a different dog. Oh, okay. But like, if you start thinking about the dog emotionally, it's a problem. You can't do it. You have to be like sort of. You don't? Well, that's good. Because that's a common thing. Like, oh, I have to help the dog. You know, like, oh, I have to help it. Yeah, but you're not going to be able to do it. I know a lot of people involved in animal rescue that it's like, oh, I'm going to help that dog. But they can't help the dog because they can't. Is that who I think it is? I thought I saw Jilly Mac or something. Oh, Jilly Mac. No. One dog's a border collie, right? One dog's a border collie. And the Shiba that'll kill a chicken and shit, that will fight too with another dog and is good at it because it, you know, shakes. He's a Shiba Inu, but it's boar hunting stock. It's a Japanese Shiba. Yeah, it is. It's an interesting job because, you know, he's smart. He's doing both dogs, which is great. I do my best to mimic your style. Yeah, but you know, here's the problem. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to be flat out with you. The whole problem is your dogs are already at the spot and you're mimicking. The reason why I only do board and train is because I need to get the dog functioning properly and then get the owner to try and clone into me. It just, private lessons, it just doesn't work. It's a waste of money. It's a waste of my time. What about a Chesapeake Bay? I've owned two. It just, yeah, like this guy followed the videos, right? And he's, you know, the dog's like, it's not the same. I wish it was. Everybody could, I have a golden doodle and a Chesapeake Bay retriever, very intelligent. Oh yeah, the Chesapeake. I had two of them. I've had two. They are real smart. I don't know. All my dogs are good except Rangar. Wrangle Rock, or whatever this name is, Ragnar, who's a mess, and the shot dog, but she's doing better. Why? What's the matter with Ragnar? What a name. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it right. Is that the one that's fearful of people? I thought the one that was shot was fearful of people, but that one might be fearful of gunshot. You should probably work with that dog with it's a Viking name. See, Ragnar. Um, is that a Viking name, or is that like a Viking king or something? Because I don't ever recommend naming a dog like Zeus or a king's name or anything like that. I Ragnar is a cool name. I've known. Yeah, but what is it? Is that just a name like Steve? Is that Robert? Who's that? Is that an author? Who is that? I don't know the name. A Viking king? You know, all dogs with names of kings, I'm just going to tell you, kings, gods, they're always a mess, man. I'm just telling you. I don't know if that's the reason why your dog's a mess, but it is. And tough guy names, my dog Harley, I didn't name Har. I don't know. Viking name legend from Old Norse stories. A legend from Old Norse stories. Ragnar's the first Viking to. Okay. Named Odin. It's just, I don't know. It's just I've been doing this, and I had a pet service too for years. I'm just telling you. Every dog. I'm not talking about, one or two. I'm talking about every dog with the name of a king. Like it was named after a king or a god or the tough guy named it. Always a mess. I don't know what that is. Maybe you should call the dog Robbie or something. I don't know. You could keep his name, but I don't know. You got to get the dog not freaked. It needs to be around people and not like back up and shit. Is that what it does? It backs up. Rangar in the show Vikings was a mess. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. I don't know, Wolfpack. I'm just telling you my experience. My dog's named after a fat guy. Dogs with names like Daisy and Marty, Billy, don't really see as many problems. Dogs with names of killers and shit like that. I knew a dog named Cujo in Brooklyn that was a fucking wreck. Like, why'd you do that to the dog? I don't know, Wolfpack. I'm not picking on you. I'm just picking your brain because we're here talking in the snow. And I'm here with Fuzzy Face. And Mango, the 23-year-old dog, is walking around in the snow. He's a tough motherfucker, he is. He doesn't give a shit. He was such a fucking problem years ago. He was. He's he's a badass little motherfucker. The vet calls him Hannibal. See? That's not funny. That's not good. Why does why? Because he gets all crazy and bares his teeth. My vet wants to put him down. She's calling him Hannibal. You gotta get another vet. So the dog gets vicious, but the dog's fine with you. I take it. That's what you mean. He's fearful of people, but he tries to bite people. Is that what you're saying? What's his history? Yeah, poor dog. I agree. That's not a happy dog, man. Well, where'd he come from? Vet calls him Hannibal? That's not funny. I'd say that's not his name. His name's Ragnar. Don't call him Hannibal. What do you have to give him ace promazine before you take him in and shit? Because, like, let's say Harley. Harley's like, you know, maybe not good at the bat, but if somebody leaves Harley alone, Harley's fine. You know, I warned Destiny about Harley, but Harley's really not a problem. You know, if somebody fucked with me or Harley, he came from a junkyard of dogs. He just probably needs training. How are you going to evict that problem? I mean, how compliant is Ragnar? What is Ragnar? Like a shepherd mix or something? Oh, look, a chickadee. What's up, chickadee? What is it? A mix? Roddy mix? Shepherd mix? Just a mix? He's GSP Roddy Wolf. GSP? Roddy Wolf? Huh. It's an interesting combination. Gotta bring up the GSP in that dog. GSD. Oh, German Shepherd. Oh, it's a wolf hybrid. No, same thing. It doesn't matter if it's wolf hybrid. It just needs to be compliant. It does. It needs to be compliant. And this thinking it's fearful of people. Like, why? Because it gets aggressive with people? He's looking for a leader so he doesn't have to guard all the time. Well, that sounds like you watch Caesar Milan or some shit. Yeah, it's not a happy dog doing that. You know, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I offer board and train, that's it. When the pandemic started, I started doing lessons because I was like, I'll try it. It was such a waste. The only people that would get something out of it was people that already sort of had an idea about dog training. Toxic could like, watch my dog do this, you know? Everybody else was just like lost, you know? Troy was on there. His dog could do something. Oh, look at that crow. Troy could, you know, it was Troy and Toxic. Everybody else was just sort of like, what? You know, I don't know. You know, no, correct the dog, make it sit. You know, it's just like, it's such a waste. Board and train's the only way to get anything done with a dog. I'll tell you, I'm sitting on bubble wrap, you know? No, sit. I feel pretty warm. My butt's not getting wet like yesterday. My butt got wet, and then I was just like, I was freezing. But I'm totally dry. My gloves from Dollar General are awesome. These are $7. Sweet. I'm really enjoying them. Yeah, these are pretty warm. There's another crow. What's up, Dick? What is he doing? He's getting something out front, I think. What's he looking for? Gonna eat mango or something? Where's he going? I would assume it's easier to train a service dog from a pup. You would assume wrong. It's not easy to train any dog, okay? So that's flat out. If a puppy comes here when it's 8 weeks old, I could get it to do the stuff, but it's still a puppy going back. So owners still have some stumbling going on, right? An older dog, sort of easier to, but the point is, it's really beneficial to get that puppy here because those dogs end up in the long run doing great. You influence the dog at an early age. They don't, like this guy was waking his owners up for what, the last year and a half or some shit? That's not fun, you know? Dog has separation anxiety now. training a dog at any age isn't going to be easy for the novice person, the person that gets the dog. It's going to be difficult. It's going to be really difficult. Don't kid yourself. And just because you watch me do it doesn't mean you're going to be able to do it. And because I say something, you're not going to be able to articulate it to the dog so that the dog understands. I love these chickadees. I had one land on my shoulder like 2 years ago, out there on the fucking porch. I mean, those things are like fearless. I'd be duck hunting with Ike, sitting like this, and I'd have a chickadee right there. They wouldn't give a shit. Um, what else? He's a great dog. He's really starting to get it. I gotta work with Baby. It's like, there's some snow on the ground, but I can do Frisbee with her. It's not, I don't know, what else could we do with Baby? I think I want to do some Frisbee with her. I want to lock that in for sure, which it already is. I just needed to do it a little bit better. So her mom's into it. That's good. Took 2 years of training to start service work. Takes training, but you got to keep training them. But working the dog as a service dog, right? Do you know what I'm saying? If you work the dog as a service dog daily, there you go, because it's being compliant and you're using discipline. So, you know, like an older dog, I can get it doing all the physical assist stuff, other than like if I got to teach it to like turn off a light switch or open a refrigerator. I could do everything else in 60 days, you know. Have you ever studied any more? Yeah, some. I was a wrestler. I did freestyle, collegiate, Greco, and then a little bit of judo. I took a couple like classes just because I wanted to be better at wrestling. I'm a ground fighter pretty much. That's an interesting thing is people that have done martial arts or have discipline in something are usually good dog owners because, you know, it takes discipline to be able to deal with the dog. You know, you have to do it. You know, you can't just like, I'm not saying that the shoemaker's children don't have shoes at times, but, you know, when they do, I have to get back on it. Like, all right, you know, we're getting you out there. We're going to start working with you. You know, for whatever reason, you know, there's stuff going on in my life, like building the show that's up in New York right now. That took a lot out of me, you know. So a dog like Tonka is just like, you know, it's a lot of work. It's all work. It's all work. What else? Just remember that if your dog doesn't know a potty command, it's gonna drag you. It's gonna drag you around, and it's not gonna know heel properly. Okay? So you're walking with the dog. You gotta use this. This is not for your wrist ever. That is another way you teach the dog to drag you. Leash like this. That's how an idiot would hold a leash. Okay? Are you an idiot? This is how you hold a leash. And then it's up like that. It's locked. The dog gets nothing. This dog's gotten something somewhere. I'll get it to quit. I got sort of a separation anxiety is sort of like dissipating. Just being chill. We can go out the door and shit. Hey, what's up? I like him. I like him a lot. But like any dog, you know, the badass Shiba that's coming might end up, I might be like, oh, this is a favorite, you know? Dogs that you have to do things for, like you really end up bonding to them. Like if you have an old dog and it's sick and, you know, like it could be a pain in the ass, or a dog that has issues, like you end up really bonding to them. I gotta work hold with him for a second, hang on. Boy, that really kept my ass dry, you know? That was awesome, Mr. Dog. Sit. No, sit. You're a good dog, dude. You're pretty. What about this? Can you do this for me? I got gloves on. I don't want to take them off. Hold. No, hold. Good. Hold. 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 Drop. That's very good, dude. Nice job, man. Hold. No, hold. Good boy. Hold. Hold. Good boy. No, hold. 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 Good boy. Hold. Hold. Good. Hold. Hold. Drop. Nice. Nice, man. That's real good, dude. Got a booger in your eye. Hang on, one more time. Hold. You got it? Hold. 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 Hang on, we got fuzz in your eye. You can't see. Hold. Hold. Drop. Drop. No, drop. Good boy. Pretty nice. We have to cut your put it around your eyes or something. Can't have that. Here, hang on. Get that booger out of there, dude. Get this one out too. Alright, we'll give you a turn real quick. Hang on, sit. He doesn't like the clippers. You know, for around the eyes and stuff, I would use shears. I wouldn't use the clippers. But a dog like this, like, you know, I'll get him accustomed to the clippers. Hold. Good. Hold. 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 Drop. No. No. Drop. Good boy. See, the owner's worked with him. He's already doing this. If you throw a frisbee, supposedly he'll catch it. He's like Leo was. Like, he'll catch the fucking frisbee, but he'll drop it 10 feet away. That's unacceptable. Baby, when she got here, if you threw something, she'd have the energy and go get it, but then she'd drop it 10 feet away. They gotta come in, spin in the heel. Are you ready? Okay, hold. Yes! That's good. Hold your head up like that. Hold. 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 Nice, dude. Drop. Yes! He's gonna do a reverse retrieve for sure. That's pretty good, man. You give me one more? Hey, Merlin. Hey, give me one more. Hold. Yes! There. Oh, no. 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 Hold. Hold. Good boy. Hold. 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 Good boy. Hold. Hold. That's nice. Good boy. Hold. 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 Good boy. Hold. Drop. Now, if you're doing hold with your dog and they're mouthing it, no good. You don't want them to do that. So if they're doing that, hey, you can go like that underneath their chin, right? Just tap them. There's also a little divot under there. If your dog won't hold it, you can put a little pressure in the divot, right? It's pretty good. One more time. Hey, Merlin. Hey. Woo. Hey, dickweed. Hey, hold. No, hold. Hold. Drop. Okay. That's pretty good. Sit. I gotta go find Mango. Alright, thanks for coming by. I'll be out here with Baby, probably. Let me go in for a little bit. Have something warm to drink, and then I'll come out here with Baby. Babyface Pitbull. I'll see ya. Bye-bye. Look at this dog, man. It's a great-looking dog, right? Yeah, no problem, Wolfpack. See ya.